or whatever.
Okay, everyone, welcome to Shooting the Shit episode 105.
Awesome.
So, I don't know, I was going to do a Christmas thing, but I don't know. If we get enough people in chat or something, maybe give away games. Yay, she's back. Late, but back.
Guess I am a couple minutes late. I was doing something and I was like, oh crap, the time. Run over to computer.
You're terrible. Terrible co-host.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, King of Kong was this guy that had like the best. He had the best score in like King Kong or whatever. In Donkey Kong, I mean, sorry.
Right.
I was totally obsessed with it. It was funny.
There was a documentary about that. People that had
Yeah, that's what it was called. King of Kong.
that used to go into the arcade places and do competitions with Donkey Kong and stuff.
Yep. Well, that's what it's about. It's about these two guys competing against each other.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Anyway, there is an article I want to talk about because it's just just shows you why journalists are retarded. And before that, I don't know, have you guys been playing any games or anything?
Not yet. I'm gonna be downloading or buying from Steam or whatever. I think there's a few games on there that are free right now, and then I think I'm gonna get. I think I might get Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 was boring, man.
Is it?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Did you like the third one?
The third one was okay.
Yeah,
The third one was okay.
You think it was okay? I think it was up.
But the fourth one just, I don't know. The fourth one didn't grab me. Just, it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It might be, I mean, some people might like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I've done. I don't know, play games. I've been playing Overworld all day.
Oh yeah.
That's good. It's really like Dungeon Keeper, which I loved. What else did I get? I got StarCraft 2, the big bundle of all the games for like 25 quid.
Okay. If you get more viewers in the chat than you had before, which you won't because you didn't put those tags in your video. But
I did.
Okay. But if you do,
oh, there should be.
All right. Well, if you do, then Mr. Muldoon here will play the Proclaimers, and you have to sing it. Is that a deal?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe later on.
No, wait.
Later on.
Yeah, I'll do later. But fuck it. Exactly.
I'll need to get the lyrics up too.
Only if we get a ton of.
I don't know.
Only if we get a ton of viewers.
Right. Which won't work. Because no one wants to hear me sing that.
I kind of want to hear it.
He
Yeah,
hates
but you
it
don't
when you
count.
get the Proclaimers. He really hates it. I did introduce him to that other what's his face? That Canadian Scottish guy, whatever his name is.
Mike Myers.
Nah. No, Mike Myers is a fake Scottish guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's that singer that sings chick music. I don't know what his name is. Can't remember. He sounds exactly like
The Proclaimer's cousin
Mm-hmm.
lived quite close to where I lived.
He sounds like Rod Stewart, that guy. The Canadian Scottish Rod Stewart guy that we talked about last week. Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. His name kind of slips through your mind always.
Smoking.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I know.
No, it's clinically proven to make you look 20% cooler.
I know.
Well,
but as Mike Posner says, there's always somebody cooler than you.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so there was where is it? This thing. I'll put the article up. This was retarded. Let's see.
Well, I've been looking at fucking Adam Salah's face for the last half hour doing a video. So.
Right.
God, that plane thing is so fake. It's ridiculous.
It's that thing.
Fake news.
Right. So, apart from playing, what was it? Yeah, just some Titanfall 2 a wee bit, the multiplayer, which is okay.
Yeah.
I played Shadow Warrior 2 Christmas special mission thing, which was quite fun. I got to blow up a twisted looking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that come up on the screen when you were shooting it. It's like Rudolph.
That'll be fun.
Like snow thing, and it's like a big massive monster thing that's like a frozen Rudolph or something. That was quite fun. I don't know if any of you know Shadow Warrior, but it's a complete piss take, like the whole thing. So it's quite funny.
You ever heard of Randolph the Brown-Nosed Reindeer?
No, he doesn't.
Well, he's like Rudolph, but he doesn't stop as fast.
Yeah, you'll find that
the Rudolph's in the front.
I know like a Texan version of Rudolph is Randolph the Six-Shooting Cowboy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I know that one. I love it.
You don't fuck with Texas.
No, well, see, the brown-nosed one doesn't really work because Rudolph's in the front.
Yeah, but that's so Randolph's not in the front because Rudolph's in the front.
Yeah, I suppose.
Logistics.
Rudolph's nose brings all the girls to the yard.
Rudolph's nose is only red because of his alcoholism.
Pretty much. And it's really cold outside.
Yeah, that's true.
You're full of crop. You're full of crop. Those tags aren't on there. But anyway, doesn't matter. You put them on later, and people will view your videos.
I put them on.
No, it didn't save it.
We're down. I put them on.
Or it's not showing it
defaults.
for me yet. Or it's not showing for me yet. Maybe it'll show up like after.
I put it on the upload defaults, and then I saved it.
Yeah, I started using an app that tells me what some of the trending tags are, so it makes it a little bit easier. But yeah.
Right.
But YouTube is still fucking me over, so that's fine.
Well, YouTube always does that. I've had I've went to places that I've been subbed to.
I'm losing revenue the second I hit the publish button when I upload a video.
How the fuck?
It's not over time. It's immediately after I upload a video. And I'm getting more views and more subscribers, so it shouldn't be going down in the first place. You know.
Right. Well, this is what I've noticed, right? There were certain channels that I'm subscribed to.
Yeah, the unsubscribe thing, yeah.
No, it's weirder than that, right? Because I went to the channel, right? They do come up, and when I go to the channel, it says the subscribe button, instead of saying unsubscribe, says subscribe.
Yeah, but
right? And
and YouTube's answer for that was what they think might be happening is it's obviously a glitch if it's happening this way, but they were saying that maybe people are going there and it's saying that you're not subscribed, but you are.
Yes.
So then you hit the button.
That's what I was going to say.
What it's doing is unsubscribing you.
That's what it did.
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid.
I went like that. It says I'm subscribed. I'm already subscribed. Oh, subscribe again then. And then it went unsubscribed. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then pressed it again. That's weird. So shouldn't be doing that.
No, it shouldn't. But, and of course, their answer for it is just pathetic because it's like, it's your system. Fix it, dumbasses.
Yeah. Well, it is Google. I mean.
Yep.
Google. Good
yeah,
thing
once
is,
the company gets
who are you calling a Google
big to a certain point, you know.
Discord is doing video chat and stuff soon.
Oh yeah.
Some point next year, so I'll be using that instead probably, and then use OBS to put it on YouTube. Yeah. I think.
What's OBS?
It's open broadcasting system. It's like, you know, how the Drunken Peasants have a podcast set up and they have And a lot of the gamers on Twitch use it too. It's so that you can like add different elements to the screen, and it lets you play the audio through the Hangout of your computer, so you can watch videos and stuff.
I can't see that.
Yeah,
with my new laptop, I can use it now. So my next Hangout tomorrow is going to be better.
But the only problem with me is I'll need decent upload to do it as well, because I'd need to upload all at the same time instead of just like the Hangout doing most of the work. But anyway, I wanted to get started in this article because this pissed me off. So this guy, I don't know if you can. Well, I need to share it to everyone.
It's not Dump Star Wars, is it?
No, it's worse than that. So, yeah,
contentious game critic. Nice.
Yeah, this guy is a dick.
He looks it.
He's a right fanny.
A fanny.
So he was quite thingy about Gamergate and shit at the time.
Of course. Which is coming back now, so.
Well, it'll always be about, because it's about these assholes being assholes, right? So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see. So it starts. Ed Smith and I have had our differences over Twitter with bylines on Vice, Waypoint, IB Times, Kill Screen, and more. He is an outspoken games critic who does not consider himself a games journalist. Oh, that's so that he doesn't have to be ethical, by the way. Probably.
Nice. That's how I do it.
Loophole.
Yeah, that's exactly. I wouldn't call him a games critic either. I'd call him a blogger.
Most journalism nowadays has become what people would call a blogger, what they would have called a blogger back in the day.
Yeah. And I feel like...
Even so, you should still be ethical.
Yeah. To lob interactive game culture and its participants, his tweets are often raised the ire of gamers who see him as another ultra-progressive columnist attacking the hobby. Personally, as someone who considers himself a fan of games and game culture, I have also found myself disagreeing with this style of attack on readers. Which seems...
think of all these games journalists who aren't gamers and don't enjoy video games. You know?
Mm-hmm. Like Anita?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, that
if you don't like video games, don't be a game critic.
That
I don't
fucking
like a lot of video games, but I like them. I mean, I always enjoy going to Grand Theft Auto 5 and just ruining people's experience on the online version.
Yeah.
Just get yourself a jet and start bullying people.
Oh, that was terrible. We were playing GTA 5 trying to do a mission. There was like 5 of us all on the mics and stuff. And we were live streaming. So this other group came in. They were also live streaming. And they thought it was funny to camp out at our last mission point with big massive vehicles and massive machine guns and shit. And they blew us all up constantly.
That is pretty funny, actually.
It was fucking annoying. We got so annoyed. And we just left. We went, fuck it.
It's still funny.
It wasn't fucking funny.
That's a matter.
It was okay at the start, but once it started getting a bit too much, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
The whole point of the online thing is revenge. You go about your business until someone kills you, and then you set your eyes on them and ruin their day.
Right, but we weren't doing anything. We were just trying to do the fucking mission to get money. And they noticed we were live streaming and knew exactly who we were and jumped on us with fucking tanks and anti-personnel vehicles and shit.
But by the way, Vape Nation, bro.
Yeah. I'm doing that right now. Yeah, so... I don't know where I was.
You read through
attacking readers and which seems to be the fashion among games writers nowadays. After reading a new controversial tweet, of his, I decided to reach out to him and have a deeper conversation than Twitter's 140 characters would allow. I still disagree with much of what he says, but I respect that he is willing to defend himself rather than closing all access and withdrawing to his echo chamber, as is the case with many of the games industry. High caffeine cross. That's another one. I fucking hate her as well. We concluded the interview over email over a period of several days, and this is little to no editing done to the responses. Ed is from the UK, so you'll notice he uses the Queen's English, while I use the much superior American spelling. He's all
the proper English, is that what you're going to say?
He's wrong. He's not using proper English. He's using the retardation version that they call American.
Do I have to get into this with you again? Both are
He's using
English.
that damn Canadian English.
It's a tomato thing.
No,
Oh
it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Yes,
not.
it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You take out proper letters and stuff so it's easier to spell because you can't spell it properly.
Quit oppressing the narwhal, okay? She's a lady, so stop it.
I don't care. It's all the more reason.
No, it is.
Yes.
It is a tomato thing.
You won't win.
Or how you spell gray
You won't win.
with an E or an A. Either is fine.
And
But
say
it's
with
not
neighbor,
tomato
spell it with a
tomato
U.
thing. That's a
No,
pronunciation,
one
not a spelling thing.
one is English, one is proper English
Gray-
spelling, and one's
Gray
not.
is spelled differently, okay, in English and in the UK. It's spelled with an A in America normally, and in England it's spelled with like an E.
Well, you better spell it right
But
when you're talking about
both-
the movie, because
Both
that's his name.
both are correct spellings.
No, they're
Both
not.
are yes, they are.
One's English
They
and
are.
one's
No,
one's
both are
retarded
English.
American.
Both are English.
No, they're not.
Language evolves. How you spell things
no.
and different
That's not how it
words
works.
and pronunciations
It's not how it
evolve.
works. It's not how it works. It's not how it
That's
works.
exactly how it works.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't.
You're not
Okay.
speaking the same English they did 500 years ago.
All
All right,
right.
you need to calm down.
In honor of Festivus, at the end of the stream, we will have a chance for everyone to air their grievances with each other, okay?
To be
He
fair,
brings this up all the
500
time, but he's wrong.
It was old Mercy in English.
Grievances what's wrong on this issue.
Look, I'm not wrong. I'm right. You
are.
ask
You're wrong.
ask anyone that knows how to spell English
And-
properly,
And you get
i.e.
to fight,
British people, and you'll get the same thing.
I.e. British people. Okay, yeah, all right, Warren.
and
That's
you
a
get to
little
fight the
biased.
strong.
That's biased.
We've been about here longer than you guys. We
You
know
get
how
to
to
rep-
do
Doesn't
it.
matter who was around longer. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
Okay.
So we done
You
it
get to fight-
first. Look,
No,
why
you
do you
get
think
to
it's called
fight the
English?
strong
Why do you think it's called English? Because it was made.
But then you also
It's
can
English,
evolve
okay?
languages and the way
Then
people
it's not English.
talk or spell things.
Then it's not English.
There's also like an old English and then the
Bastardized
English you
English.
speak now. No, it's maybe the old English people would say that you're bastardized English. Do
And
you
you'd be
see
correct.
the conflict?
No,
Well,
they
no,
would
well,
be correct.
Oh,
No,
it's
they would be
not.
correct.
It's
Hold
an
on. Old
evolution of
English?
language.
Old English is unrecognizable to a modern English speaker. Let's just put that right out there. Anglo-Saxon looks you couldn't recognize it.
Well, Shakespeare's sort of like that.
Okay,
No,
listen.
well, Shakespeare is early modern English, late Middle English.
Yep.
You will get to air your grievances, and then she gets to challenge the strongest patriarch to a battle afterwards, because that's how it works. And that would be Muldoon in this case, because the cat here is a scrawny little thing. So
Yeah,
I could probably take more now.
no.
I'm a huge whale.
No.
Just roll over you.
No. If you can get to me.
you're a fucking blue
And I've also
whale.
got a horn.
If you can get
We
to
can't-
me to use
Lauren,
it.
we can't. That's true. Lauren, we can't fight like this, okay? We're supposed to be together and united so that we can kill other people.
So are you? Would you say that you're horny all the time?
She
I'm
is.
horny all the time. Mhm.
This is what I have to. That's what I have to put up with all the time. It's terrible. Um,
You're,
Okay,
you're wrong.
so
though,
I'll get back into this fucking thing. So this is Brad. First, I was wondering if you could tell me a bit about your background and how you got into games right in. Second, in one of your tweets, you say you're a critic and an editorial writer, not a journalist or a reporter. Wonder why? So you can get away with fucking being a dick. So is it your view that critics and columnists aren't journalists? Why is a distinction important? Ed, first I should say, I don't think anything I wrote on Twitter is in the least bit controversial. It was Monsieur... I don't know what I'm fucking... Monsieur and the expectations I have of game criticism and game critics are very humble opinions like mine. Conscientious only because of the incredibly low standards at which this culture operates. What a pretentious dickhead. Just what the fuck. It gets worse, by the way. I've read all this. It gets worse.
It gets worse. It always does, though. It always gets worse.
Yeah, but I don't see how pretentious does he think he is? Like what type of high horse is he on? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? As for your first question, I trained since I was a teenager, between 16 and 18. I studied English literature, English language and comprehension. Well, he's not very good at it. At university, I studied film, art theory, essayism and criticism. After graduating in 2011, I began writing for various free, non-accredited websites and blogs whilst working as a labourer to pay my bills. After a year or so, I optimistically wrote to Genova Chen, who had just directed Journey. Our interview forms the basis of the first paid commission, which you can read here. I didn't, as I can't stand to read my own work, doubly so if it's more than 2 months old. After that, and before I turned it into a terribly written cowardly rag, I started writing regularly for The Escapist. Oh, do you see what he's saying about The Escapist? Oh, he must have got fired. At the end of 2012, I took a job as a staff writer at a publication called International Business Times UK. After a year, I left and became freelance, which I remain today. So nothing about games in that whole thing, except from maybe The Escapist, but nothing else. Your second question, I have no business telling other people how they ought to describe their work. Whether they want to call themselves journalists or critics, I'm not interested. Personally, knowing that I haven't trained in journalism, having worked alongside several journalists and reading writers like Lisa Becklin, J. Anthony Lucas, David Simon and Andrew Rawlinson, it makes
name dropping there.
Makes me uncomfortable to call myself a journalist. Well, no wonder, you fucking hack.
Because you aren't a journalist.
Exactly. He's just a fucking dickhead. Anyway, I do not possess the knowledge of journalistic law, syntactical precision, etc., or the complete skill set to call myself a journalist. Also, I'm not interested in reporting. I studied the arts. I write impetus and subjective essays. That's what I enjoy. That's what I think gaming needs a lot more of. This is what I do. I don't consider criticism a lesser pursuit than journalism. I wonder why people may be offended or questioning of my decision to call myself a critic and not a reporter. To me, it's straightforward. Video games are human expression. The industry, the trade, and the history may be reported, but to approach something so abstract and humane with objectivity and dispassion, as I think journalism of the kind many people seem to think is lacking in video game reporting.
Report on the qualities of a game and say, "Oh, I like the gameplay," or "the music was shitty," or "I like the character development," or whatever. Like
criticism is always best when trying to criticize things.
Exactly. Like, you can still be a critic and a journalist.
People want to know, like, if it's a game sequel, are the mechanics still good, or blah, blah, blah. Like, they want to know if it's worth playing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If it's worth the money.
Not all this stupid
Bullshit
societal
about-
bullshit that they're talking about.
Yeah, it's just...
I'm definitely more interested in articles talking about a game I might want to play that are actually discussing game mechanics and
Exactly.
storyline.
Yep.
I don't go and read about on how sexist a game is
Exactly.
or politically correct it is or is not. I don't care.
You know, and,
Yeah,
as long as they're not,
correct the game is, the fucking better.
as long as they're not fucking the boss of the company that they're writing for, then you
Give
know.
us more Leisure Suit Larrys.
Oh, I think I played
Yep.
that. That's like that was, I think, was that on GameCube?
I think there might
No.
have been one. I know it was on like fucking DOS. Like
Yeah.
And then there's like a small mini game where you gotta play as a little sperm.
yeah. That might have been.
Yes,
back-
I played that. That was so fun.
There was
It was
actually two... There was a remake recently as well, so maybe that's the one.
You cannot play that. That's misogynistic. You can't.
Good, because
I played
Mahoney.
it as a young teen girl too.
Mm.
That's how I like it.
My mom gave it to us kids.
Like, it's not even that. That game's not even that pervy. You know, it's not even really. Like, the guy's a loser. He never gets laid in the thing, so that's the whole point.
Pretty
Is that he
much.
never gets laid.
Ah, cat.
He gets played sometimes.
Yeah, very
But it always
seldom.
ends very badly.
Right, in short, I trained as a critic and not a journalist. The business of journalism is not the business of an emotionally and subjective,
Cat, what are you doing, cat?
disputing human expression.
Oh
Just
my
as
God.
criticism is not the business of reporting the news. But you're not reporting! Oh my god, you're reporting on how good the game is, you fucking prick.
Yeah. Well, that's what he's supposed to be, a critic. Yeah, okay, so criticize the fucking game. Do your job.
And only the game, and like only mechanics of the game, music that's used in the game. If it's like a remake, you need to say differences between the game it's going after. If it's like you need to compare it to past games, if it's like a sequel,
Like-
or compare it to other games that are in the same genre and stuff, just like stuff
I love
like
it when it
that.
says,
That's what I want to know about.
The game, video games are childish. It's like, yeah, that's the point. It's an escape. You know, like, it's saying
Exactly.
all these games are lauded as high art. Okay, what about fucking Depression Quest being lauded as art?
Oh, that's awful, that game.
I know, and it's like,
That's just a web page, it's not even art.
and it's like very
Depression.
simplistic. It's
I
like,
don't think I've heard of that.
That's
Okay.
Zoe Quinn's game,
I'm sorry, but
Depression Quest.
Braid
Zoe
actually,
Quinn.
Braid actually
Literally who?
was.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly, literally. Who?
Well,
Um,
Braid actually
What's
was
that?
really artistic and beautiful. Like, the art in the game of Braid was actually really good.
So was Journey.
I find
Journey was a really good, different sort of game.
That one was kind of
I
weird
find
and
that
artsy too,
people
that one.
who sit there and say games and stuff are like really immature or childish, they seem to be the most immature people I
When you're
have
saying
ever run
something
across.
simplistic, it's like, have you played like fucking, let's say, like Final Fantasy or whatever? That's definitely not simplistic. There's
Well,
such
And they
depth
always
to the
seem
plot.
like people that have to prove how adult they are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're like drinking coffee and have the newspaper kind of. I need to prove that I am super adult. I am not a child anymore.
Okay, well,
it's like
look
get
at
over
an
your-
older game, okay? Look at, like, I don't know, Final Fantasy Tactics or whatever, which is really simple gameplay, and it's a simple concept and whatever, but there's a complex story to it, and it's still, like, you know.
It's true. Yeah, there are more childish games, and then there are really not childish games that maybe have more complex stories or adult themes. I would not call Grand Theft Auto a childish game. It's not associated
When they,
with young children.
A
They
child
reached
doesn't
Mario on
get
the
half
Wii, right?
of what's going on in Grand Theft Auto.
well, like,
I can tell you that right now.
when they
No.
when they redid like the Mario game on the Wii, right? That game You think of it as a children's game, but that game was so fucking hard.
Is that the Galaxy one?
No, it's just
No.
Super Mario Wii or whatever.
I never played any of the Mario games on Wii.
It's a Super Mario Wii game. It was brilliant. It was a remake of Super Mario World.
It was.
It was a remake. They had
was
they
really
had that
good.
Galaxy.
It wasn't
Mario.
a remake. It wasn't a remake, but they went back to its roots and made it
Yeah,
awesome
it was
again.
difficult. Some of the levels were really difficult.
sounds
Though.
pretty
Little
cool.
kids wouldn't be able to do that.
I don't
They'd
have a
get frustrated.
Wii. I have 0 Wiis.
Little kids would get pissed off about them.
Just get an emulator. Get a Wii emulator on the computer. It works. It's great.
I have
I've
a Wii
got that. So I've got the sticks and everything.
I didn't know they
all
had a
work.
Wii one. I didn't know
I've
that.
got
They're all Wii ones.
it's
They're all
called
Wii.
Dolphin. It's called Dolphin. Dolphin emulator or emulates the Wii.
Oh, I thought it was only like the older Nintendo game. I didn't think it did the.
I got two. I got one for Nintendo and one for like all the Genesis. One's called Hegan and the other one's called what is it?
I've never used any emulators on my computer. My boyfriend has, and I've seen him like do it and stuff on his computer.
The Wii controller, I've got the Wii, right? But I've got the Wii controller and everything, and you can rig that up to the Bluetooth on your computer, and
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the new
sounds
Wii.
cool.
though,
You get these
that they're
Wii-
coming out with, right?
you
I'd
get
have
these
to get a
Wii
Wii
bars,
remote.
right? You get the Wii bar off Amazon. It's like £7, and you put batteries in it,
Okay,
the wireless one, and you put
I
that
really
up
have
on
to go
top
off
of your
topic.
thing, and you can use it. It's quite good.
Okay, I have to go off topic for a second and rant about something to get it off my head,
Okay.
off my chest. Okay, so I was praising Kevin O'Leary, in Canada, who wants to run for the Conservatives and get rid of Trudeau. Okay, I was praising him, and now it turns out that Kevin O'Leary is sitting there hanging out with fucking Mike Harris, who was a Conservative Prime Minister who ruined our education system and made the debt worse that Brian Mulroney brought in. And he's praising the name of Mike Harris, and it's like fucking bullshit. And now he's saying he's got his own catchphrase. Now he's saying that he's going to scrape the crap away from Canadian politics with a spatula. So
I don't know who any of these people are except for Justin Trudeau. I'm not in the news.
Okay, so he owns a bunch of companies, and one of these companies I think makes gardening products, so that's why he's holding up a giant or kitchen product. So he's holding up a spatula, saying he's going to scrape the crap away from Canadian politics, and it's like you're just advertising the product.
Oh, you know, I know he makes wine because I have 2 bottles of it right here.
Okay, so with Kevin,
That's really funny though.
Kevin O'Leary,
You know what? He should really dedicate it to it. Okay.
Yeah.
You should demand this because you're Canadian. I can't demand this. I'm just a narwhal in the sea. No, demand this because you're Canadian. That he should, on video, go around with that spatula and literally scrape up some crap.
have you?
Cow crap, horse crap, cow crap,
that would be
different kinds of crap.
Great promotion.
All right, I know
Get it
you're a
done,
narwhal.
Canada.
I know you're a narwhal, and this might trigger you. But have you seen Shark Tank?
Yes, I've seen Shark Tank. I love Shark Tank.
He's the short. Kevin O'Leary is the short, bald guy on Shark Tank.
Oh my God. Okay. See, I don't know their names.
The one who's very. He's a dickhead to most people on there, right?
Perfect. That's what Canada needs.
Yeah, really.
No, but the problem is that, like I said, he's buddy with a guy that fucked up our country extremely badly.
I guess that's true. Still,
And he thinks that
demand.
Yeah, but you know what? He's not buddy with the guy who's currently fucking up the country. So there.
I know.
Yeah.
He's not a liberal.
Just ask for just milk the spatula thing. Get him to actually scream
Get him to use the spatula to whip Trudeau's ass.
There's apparently 14 There's 14 candidates that are registered to run for the leadership, though. So I don't know.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
He's trying to seek input on whether or not he should officially join the race now. He started
Only if he actually scrapes
exploratory
up
committee.
Only if he actually scrapes up crap.
Yep. So, certainly this tweet was controversial, and by that I mean many people disagreed with it. You recently said gaming culture as standards needs to die and it'd happily attack it. Could you define aspects of gaming culture as it currently stands? Many people agreed and would agree with it. Also, I don't find it controversial.
Do we really have
that is controversial? You're wanting to kill off an entire culture of people that is extremely diverse.
I wouldn't call it a culture though.
It is. It's a subculture.
I would say
goth is a subculture. Gaming subculture.
I call it community
D&D,
more than
your basement subculture. You know, comic books subculture. Fans and everything. All you have your main culture in a society, and then you have little subcultures that kind of people break away into. And gaming culture is a subculture because
it is, yeah.
There are aspects of it that apply overall, but yet it is also very diverse.
Don't forget about counterculture.
Okay, The Last of Us was a masterpiece. All right, that game is fucking amazing.
I don't know.
And why is he complaining that games have storylines? Like, oh no, it's like a movie. Yeah, it's fun to play like you're in a movie.
I don't care. Yeah. Nothing's ever gonna beat Pirates Gold for Sega Genesis.
No, I'm telling you though.
I like storylines in the game. Like even simple ones, like the old Mario games.
You haven't played Last of Us, there,
Rescue the Princess.
Kat, you haven't played Last of Us yet? If you haven't played Last of Us, you need to.
I like Zelda's storyline as well, and it's like some of the storylines to Zelda is simple, and then it also has complicated.
It's all the same. Okay, Zelda though is all the same storyline. It's just retold in a slightly different way every time.
It's retold, or it has more details or something added in, making it more complex.
I don't know. My favorite though is still Twilight Princess. I don't know why. It just is.
I like Majora's Mask. That's my favorite.
Oh, with the
Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid for the storyline.
The Earth or whatever.
I love
Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I love Final Fantasy 6.
I like Final Fantasy 7 and 10.
10's awful.
If I had to choose a favorite, it would be 7. I haven't played all the Final Fantasies either.
9.
Like I haven't played 9, and I haven't played like 6, but I played 7 and 8, and I played 10, and I played 10-2 or whatever that was.
Is 8 the one? Awful. Is 8 the one where you're at like the training center or whatever? Is that the one, number 8?
Yes.
I hated that one because you could not walk literally 3 steps without the same fucking creature attacking you, and it was so fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, let me walk, damn it.
It's like Pokemon when you're in the cave. Like it's all Zubats.
Yeah, if there's some variety in the creatures you run into though, in that first field level or whatever, it would be good, but Jesus.
Okay, so he says gaming culture is childish and timid. I find it disheartening that games like Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Inside, Braid, Dear Esther, and so on are lauded as high art. They're not high art. Everyone hates the games. Like, a lot of people do not like the games. A lot of people say they're shit. Especially Dear Esther.
Well, I
liked Braid.
I don't know those games, I don't think.
I don't know.
Braid or Dear Esther.
What was the other one that the guy who made Braid made? There was another one.
I can't remember. But they're like indie games, and it's the weird hippie fuckers that make them.
Final Fantasy has absolutely beautiful art, and even I would say that is a very artistic game, including the creativity and the characters, monsters, and storyline.
This is where he's in his fucking hug box, though. This is his hug box.
Okay, Fez and Super Meat Boy, those 2 games are fun too.
My favorite games are WWE games.
No, but like you can see he's coming from his hug box because all these games are from that type of assholes hug boxes, right? They all love their games.
Fez is the one where the environment is like you can turn the building, the levels or whatever. You rotate them, and it changes the level and everything else, and it makes it different. And you have to do all this different stuff. And certain parts you can't play it until you turn it. You know.
That was fucking fish stick though.
I know.
You know what's another game I would consider actually very artistic, even though it kind of gets monotonous in playing? I would actually say Spore. You need to change some gameplay of it to make it better. It really could use some tweaking in the gameplay. But it's like, because you could be extremely creative with your creatures, and it's so neat to see what other people come up with. And the game, inside the game and the visuals can be very, very awesome.
Spore was good until you got to the space bit, and then it was shit.
Well, like look at the new Resident Evil game. I mean,
the space stuff
that was amazingly
awesome,
creative and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Like even in PT, okay, PT was fucking amazing. The art. It's too bad that never got made, but the art in that was so incredible.
So these would be like maybe higher art stuff. I don't know what these games are, so I can't say anything to them because I haven't played or even have what?
The new Resident Evil game.
Do I know what?
That one,
right? Yes, the new Resident Evil. I'm talking about the one in the articles, the Braid and the Dear Esther. I don't know what those are, so I can't.
Yeah, the ones he's listing, they're all like really independent games.
Also, some games that are really simplistic are not bad, and sometimes simple can go a long way in a game.
What was that game? Stanley Parable?
Mm-hmm.
Stanley Parable, that's a good game.
Yeah, I love that game. I mean, you know.
Talking about that, so is Portal and Portal 2. They were fucking awesome.
That Dear Esther game he's talking about, Dear Esther looks kind of like Myst.
Yes.
Myst. And that's what
it's a walking sim. It's a walking simulator.
Oh.
I know Myst.
I don't like walking. That's probably why I don't know what that is. I don't like.
Have you ever played a simulator game where literally all you do is drink Pepsi or you drink soda or whatever, and that's the whole game? It's Soda Simulator or something.
Dump Simulator.
Yeah.
So
I like good games like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's. I don't know. I don't understand where he's coming from. Like, I think he's an idiot.
Well, you know what might be the best course of action is to give this guy little to no attention.
And everybody gone to the Rapture is the same style of game where it's like,
I think we've already given him more attention than he's fucking worth at this point.
I like how he's like gaming culture is too pleased. I'm sorry, I read on a little. It's too pleased with itself. Like, what the hell is he talking about? What is he
there was a game
about?
back in the day. Okay, there was a PC game back in the day. I don't remember what it was called, but it used like QuickTime movies, like real life QuickTime movies and whatever, and it had like photographs and stuff in it, and it was really interesting. But yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. And like this Rapture one, it's not my type of game because Myst was pretty boring. But when I look at it, you know, it is okay. Let me show you a screenshot from it. Hang on. Okay, and this game is not artistic. Look at it.
Can't see it. There we go.
I mean, that's everybody's gone to the Rapture.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, I know.
You know that,
so then
just realize that this takes actual artists, right?
Yeah, this is one of the games where, you know, it's like Myst, where you just click on the screen to walk forward or whatever.
Even if a game is like bland and you don't like to play, you can still really enjoy the visuals and the work put into all that artwork.
This guy's a hippie. He's a dickhead hipster piece of shit. So
okay, like there's a game
also,
here that's
he says like the Last of Us, like he talked, like you already went off the thing, but I know he talks about the Last of Us. I don't understand his problem with the Last of Us. That game, like I didn't really like play it, but like my boyfriend had it and he played it, and I kind of like messed around a little bit sometimes. But
I didn't play it.
It's actually, and I watched my boyfriend play it a little. It's a pretty decent game, and the visuals are really nice. It's got good visuals.
Like there's this game that I'm looking at right here. Okay,
15. I watched my girlfriend play it.
Yeah, my mate.
Okay,
my
I
mate
found this
the
really
other
fucking
night
game.
gave me a shot of Final Fantasy 15, and I was like, because I was asking him how it was, and
I'm looking at a review.
It's like he thinks that the games that the games aren't good, and anyone that says anything good about the games, well, they're the self-absorbed ones. They're self-obsessed. They shouldn't think this about this game or praise this game in any way.
Yeah,
that's
it's projection.
That's what he's coming off as. Like, you don't have to like the game if you don't like the game and you don't think that about this game. There are people in the gaming community that disagree on games, on what's good or bad about some games, because people like different things. That's why there's tons of different games that you can choose from, because you might not like a certain type of game, but other people might really like it. And so it's like
okay, remember 10 years ago when they had the Left Behind games? Those games were shit. Like,
I think at this point we need to come out with a video game that's like purposefully like politically incorrect, like just like literally just to trigger people and to like kind of an inside joke for.
I was thinking a mod for that hatred game.
Have you ever played a game?
Do you need to get off YouTube?
Oh,
what?
Yes, I forgot about that.
There's a game called. It was called.
Yes. So everyone that's on YouTube, if you go to Aerith Radio, you will hear the show. Yeah, they are. Go to aerithradio.co.uk, because I'm going to stop the broadcast from here. And there's a chat thing on there. You click the chat bit, and you can go into the chat and
call us all shitlords.
Yeah, do that and ask questions like how big's your dick and
exactly
stuff.
We will answer all questions as honestly as possible.
Yeah.
And you can ask how big is Narwhal's dick, if you want.
That's the usual thing that chat does. So aerithradio.co.uk. It's on the. It should be on the screen.
What am I looking for?
It'll be on the bottom of the video.
Yeah. So what he does is we stream for part of it on YouTube, and then he switches over to his podcast network, his podcast website, and it's just the audio now that they'll hear on the site.
Because it's a radio, and we used to just do it on the radio, but then someone said, well, to get more viewers, why don't you try doing a wee bit on YouTube and then switch it over? So,
have you ever heard of an older game on PC